Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Starlight. I just want to reach out to all of you out there and see how all of you are doing. I hope you were able to get out in nature somewhere. And today was a beautiful day. I don't know where you live, how the weather is, but when it is a beautiful day, you need to get out, and get some air, go for a hike, so it was a very beautiful day, like about 74, 75 in my area today. Yes, that is my kind of weather, or a little bit warmer, So anyway, I really hope all of you are taking really good care of yourselves. And, I hope you're not only taking good care of yourself, but that you're working on yourself, to be the change that you want to see in the world. That's what this channel is all about, is working on ourselves and being that change that we want to see in the world. And that all starts with me, you, and me. So we could do that together, as a family. We are all one. We've been lied to, saying that we're all separate. We are all family. We all came from the same source, from God, the universe, So anyway, I do want to reach out to all of you beautiful souls. And, I really wish the best for all of you. I want you to live happy lives, and where you can work on yourself. And not only to work on yourself, but to, if you have children, to help them become their greatest versions too. Help them, once you work on yourself, you are able to help them and be that example, that you want them to be, so it does. It starts with you, and it starts with me. So anyway, here we go. If you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. And if you want to find my channel, you can at Starlight, and that's at Kathy with a K, Dingman. Plus, by being a help, to me and the world, by giving this video a thumbs up, that will help with the YouTube. So then they can send this video out so other people can get the kind of help they need. And just to let you know, if you didn't know this, is I am not perfect, okay? Nobody is. So yes, you're going to definitely see Starlight make, well, actually not make mistakes, but Starlight has some lessons that she has to learn. So as I do my channel, you will see that things that I did in the past, I'm correcting those things. So that is a part of anything in life, is letting go, not worrying about what other people think, but to, correct those things that we need to work on. And that's a part of life, and don't beat ourselves up, like when we have to grow in areas, so I do want to reach out to you on that, is if you, are growing and there's areas that you need to work on, where the universe might be giving you information or downloads. Like I've been getting hit left and right with so many things, either dreams or numbers, bam, 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 but you know what? I am grateful. I am very grateful for when I asked the universe today, I asked the universe for a question. I had a question. It was the simplest thing, and that's what this video is about. But before I let you know what that was about, I want to finish, my introduction part first, and then I'll finish that part. So anyway, you could give this video a thumbs up, and you could share it with a friend or a family member. That way, other people will learn all this different information that I'm putting out on my channel. Plus, you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you could leave a message down below. And thank you. I did have somebody, they sent Starlight a message on one of her YouTube videos. So thank you, and thank you for all of you that have, that are out there, that are watching my videos, liking my videos, subscribe to my videos. Believe me, without you, I wouldn't be here. So I thank all of you, and those that have reached out to me on Instagram, thank you. And you can find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. So anyway, as I was saying before, my introduction part is, it is, it's in the Bible. Ask, you got to ask. There's times that we want to know stuff and we don't know what the answer is. But, if you don't ask, you might never find out. and it was a simple thing that I asked, and yesterday another cool thing that happened. So this video is about the universe and the archangels, how they work and how they communicate with you to help you on your spiritual journey and life. So you can become the greatest version that you want to be or desire to be. So anyway, I just to let you know, I did make a couple of videos on this topic, and you can check them out. And one is, are you searching for guidance? And that is a very good video. I'm not going to explain all that. I'm going to probably hit a little bit in here and there on this video. But if you want to know more about that topic, and that's about the universe and the archangels, how they guide you. So it is so important. If if you feel lost, and that's another video that I created, is do you feel lost? And that's another video to help you. If you feel lost, don't know what to do in your life, don't know what direction, what path to take and all that stuff, well, that video will also help you to understand how the universe works and the archangels. So this is my third video really about the universe and the archangels, because I'm growing. Starlight's growing, and she's learning more. So it's like my eyes, I don't know if any of you have to wear reading glasses. Well, Starlight has to. There is like the fine print on medication bottles or headache pills, like the containers. Starlight can't read those things without her reading glasses. I should bring them in the store with me when I go shopping, because I want to try to find out what the heck am I eating when I go shopping, and I'm like, I can't see what the heck I'm reading. My glasses are in the car, so by growing, as you grow, through the spiritual awakening, maybe some of you are awake and you do know what's going on in the world, and some of you may be well aware of it, you've been doing this for a long time. So, and there are, all of us are at different levels, kind of like when kids are in school. You got some that are in kindergarten, first grade, second, all the way to high school. And then some people like you might have graduated and went to college, and got another degree and another degree and another degree, like where you get more filled with more wisdom and knowledge in life. So the spiritual journey is the same thing that we are. We're all grown in different ways. But there's no one better. I'm not better than you, and you're no better than me. So we all are we all are the same. Like I mentioned before, how my strength might be your weakness, and where your weakness might be my strength. So we all have different areas and different wisdom that we have to help the world out, the people that need it. So anyway. Now I can tell you what I asked you. And actually, today it was. So today, I was going to go at a hiking trip in my area, because I don't want to travel very far right now, because I have to get home and work on doing what I'm doing right now, work on making a new video. So I went to an area, and I've been at that hiking place a couple times. And I decided, I haven't been there. I haven't made a video on that place. And it was such a beautiful trail. I made a video before on Facebook, but I never made a video on that hiking place for YouTube. And so anyway, when I drove there, I parked my car, and, it brought me to a different destination where the hiking trail is. And I realized online that there's actually 3 different spots to get to the same hiking trail, where they had a spot where you couldn't drive through. It said closed, that the road was closed, but they did have an opening. I was checking it out where you could walk through, but they did have a sign there saying it was closed due to burning. They were burning, they do this, I don't know how many times a year, where they clear it out because they don't want a forest fire, because it gets dry in those areas, a lot of sandy area in that area. And I didn't know that until I went there a long time ago, and I'm like, I was making a video about the 3D, the 3rd dimension, 4D, the 4th dimension, and the 5D, the 5th dimension, because one side of the trail, here I'm in the center, and so one side of the trail was all burned. They burned that whole area, and you could smell it. You could still smell, even though who knows how long ago it was before I even got to this trail. And here in the middle, where the path was, I was calling that 4D, the fourth dimension. And on this side of the trail, everything was green. The trees looked beautiful, so I was calling that the 5D, the fifth dimension. So that was the video I made a few years ago. So anyway, I got out of my car and I was going to head on this trail, and I asked the universe, I'm like, there's a car parked. It was only a small little parking area. Like I said, it brought me to a different parking area. So this was not the other parking area where a lot of cars can park. So anyway, I was like, universe, is this closed? Is it just closed for cars? I don't want any trouble. Starlight gets in enough trouble all on her own. She doesn't need anyone's help. Not at all. I got in trouble today. I didn't know I was going to get in trouble today. But, yeah, I don't need any help. That's what I say to myself a lot. But, the universe wants me to get out, too. I do have to have balance, but I got to get out there in touch with the right kind of people, which I found somebody on Facebook. So I'm going to connect with that man. And I forgot I met him a long time ago. He actually, I got introduced to him when I was in the hospital when I was going through a spiritual awakening. So I am going to make plans to meet him because, it's a high, a good energy, not a good energy, but a positive energy kind of people that I want to spend time with so I can learn and grow. And the universe wants me to get out there, so I'm going to do this. And so anyway, as I was asking the universe this question, I got my backpack on. I had my food in there, because I always seem to make too much food, so I had to bring some of that so I can eat some of that before it gets bad. And so I was ready, had the car all locked up, ready to head out. And a lady, was walking out of the trail. And it's just so funny, the timing of, she was the only car that was there. And I was wondering, well, there's a car here. Are they on the hiking trail? Where did this person go? It's not like, so I was questioning the universe. Is the trail closed or open? And the lady comes out, and the first word she says is that it's closed. Isn't that amazing? It is something else how, the more awake you get, and the more connected that you get with yourself when you work on yourself, you work with the archangels in the universe and you understand about your dreams, and it is kind of funny as, it is complicated, sometimes when you're trying to reach out to somebody, maybe on YouTube or, on Instagram, where they might be talking to several people all at once, and you just don't know who they're talking to. Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Or are you talking to somebody else? Where it's a whole lot easier, I have to say, when the universe is talking directly to me. Because when I get numbers or my dreams, that means the universe is talking directly to me. I don't have to second guess, was those numbers for me? Yes, those numbers you saw, because depending on how I'm aligned with, whatever I'm thinking throughout the day, if my thought process is negative, right, then when I go around and I drive and the universe says, go over that way. I want you to go and travel over that way. And you're like, okay, so you travel to wherever the universe wants you to go. Like I went to New York City and I had a lot of downloads. I got I'll just show you. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. These are just small papers though. 4 and 5. 5 titles. 5 pieces of paper back and front and back of most of these. This one's only a halfway of the back, but I was getting downloads of information as I was driving there, and I was like, wow, I got so many titles to and topics to work on, and And then on my way back, I was getting numbers, and I was writing them down. Like as I was driving. Of course, I pray to Archangel Michael to protect me as I go out there. Anytime I go anywhere, I don't know where I'm going. I'm like, Archangel Michael, I need your assistance, please. And, like I asked Archangel Michael, please, like today I went to Schenectady. Starlight does not like going to Schenectady, New York, you know. But it is so funny, is like I made a video, is what's stopping you, is a lot of times we fear things for no reason. Like when I went to New York City, like I didn't go in the city area. I went to the Statue of Liberty, which I'm going to take another trip on a better day, where I can enjoy it, because it really poured out the whole time that I went out to New York City to see the Statue of Liberty. So anyway, like I put in those other videos, that the universe does speak to you with numbers and dreams. And like I mentioned before, which I can't mention all that again because I don't want the video that long, is that, numbers like 1010, 1111. 1111 is a big popular one. 111, which that is the one that I have to work on right now. And those of you that know your numbers, now you know where Starlight is. You can look on there and find out where's Starlight. What was Starlight thinking? What, what does 111 mean? And I've been getting 1111. I was getting them in a row like every day. Then it skipped, and then I got them again. So I've been getting 1111 a lot, either at night and the morning, 3 times in the day, 1 time in the morning, because I got my times all different in my apartment, and I don't plan. I'm not even trying to get these numbers. And so really, what I'm learning is, when I started out a long time ago, like in 2017, or 16 actually, and then 17 is about when I actually started looking the numbers up, because it was like, over and over again, that I was getting these numbers left and right. And 2016, I was getting numbers a lot. And I was telling somebody, I'm like, ain't that weird, because I was getting 1010 a lot. It started with 1010 a lot, 1010, 1010, 1010. So if you get repeated numbers, those are the ones, unless you get a dream. And like I did recently, there was a little girl in my dream, and she was adding up 12 plus 12 plus 12. And Starlight's not a big numbers girl. Absolutely not. That is the one thing when I try to get my, I wanted to get my GED, to get a diploma, and that was the subject that Starlight flunked on. I was learning about algebra, that is as far as I got as when it comes to math, and I was starting to get it, so Starlight is not good with numbers, but the 12 times 3, that was something I can, I normally can't do stuff in my mind space, because I was not taught that way. I was taught counting my fingers or adding things, like adding it on a piece of paper, to add those things up. So I realized the number. So I looked up that number. What does that number, so I added those numbers, to find out what is the universe or the archangels, because that would be a hard number to get out while you're driving around and while you're shopping and where you're going, because it's not like 1010 where it's obvious, or 1111, 1111, or 222, 333, 444, 555. And a lot of times you're not going to see 666 on your clock unless it's one of those military clocks, which I had one, but I didn't know how to set it up because I wanted to set that baby up. I just didn't have the instructions of how to, set that alarm clock so I could see the 666, 777. But now, like when I drive around, like on license plates, you'll see that number, 666, 888, 999. Like I said, you get the 1010, 1111, all the way around and around it goes. So what I've been learning is, say, like today, I'm trying to think, how did my, I really did good today. I have to give myself a pat on the back, because really, what did I do today? My mind has been so clear of negative crap, and I got to call it crap, really, negative thoughts. I wasn't in the past, like thinking of that. I wasn't in the future or dreading of how I'm going to ever make this happen. Like I was in the present moment. I swear, like, and I don't want to, like I swear all day long, I have had such a great day, and I got some really good help from a very special friend out there, because the universe uses people. The universe will, like, I get questions like, universe, like, I'll do something and I'm not sure if this is wrong or right, and I'm like, universe, is Starlight doing this right, or am I doing this wrong? Is this, and then the universe will use people in my life, and, because the universe and God cannot actually come down here and knock on my door and say, Starlight, I got an appointment with you, like at a certain time, and, or even, like to call me up on a phone, where the universe will use the archangels with numbers or dreams, so if, like today, I did an excellent job, even though I got hit with some information that was, sometimes the universe will, like, you might get a number, and when you look it up, you're like, the universe will say, hey, you got to work on yourself, girl. I'm like, you're right, yeah, and it's because of what were you thinking that day? Think about when you do see those numbers, especially like when you get like 10, 10, 11, 11, all those numbers. Think of what were you thinking? What were you doing? What was in your mind space at that time? It could really reveal a lot what was going on, and same with dreams. Like, so if you got numbers one day and you looked it up, you're like, huh, I don't know. I know, like, 444 is like, like I look up so many things, so don't quote me on this. I believe that 444 is like, there's a lot, depending on where you look on this information, is like building a good foundation and stuff like that. And, like, there's so much information with the number 444, and so sometimes the universe will kindly let you know with the angel's help is that, hey, you gotta, stop, like maybe dreading about the future. Maybe you're in fear mode and thinking, how am I going to afford, how am I going to pay for rent? How am I going to get my food, in a couple months? Where if you're fearing about stuff, or maybe you're fearing about, or not letting go of the past, maybe you're thinking of it, something triggered you to, and it happens. It happens. You can hear a song that could trigger something from the past, or, a family member could call you up on the phone that, get you to think about the past. There's triggers all over, holidays, dates, something that you've seen, like on a billboard, all kinds of things can trigger you to get you to think of something that happened in the past. So you got to really be mindful of this, is to, okay, that, like I did get a trigger, but, you don't really, it's your thought process, how much time, you want to have those thoughts when they come through, because your thoughts are not your own, like just a passing cloud. Don't, like, focus on there and stay there like 10 to 15 minutes and dreading what happened, or feeling bad about what happened in the past, or fearing something in the future, because then what happens is that then you're going to get these numbers lined up with that frequency, what you're going through in your mind space, or what did you say that day. The universe hears everything that you're saying, knows all your thoughts. So even if you said something in the wrong way, or did something wrong, and it wasn't a good thing, it was a negative thing, not a positive thing. Maybe somebody got you upset while you're driving and you cursed the person out. Well, now you're going to get this, you might get information about what your behavior, like, I am so grateful about with the universe, is because today I did drive to Schenectady, and I'm breaking that fear, where I do pray for Archangel Michael, and I could have gotten in like 3 car accidents, and I'm not kidding. From my house, I drove from my house pretty much to Schenectady, and because I prayed and asked the universe, and, well, I didn't ask the universe, but I asked Archangel Michael to protect me and the people around me, where the GPS is telling me a certain way to go, and I'm trying to follow where I'm supposed to go, and, like, it was 3 times that I took the wrong road because I couldn't quite see where and it's the reason why I'm making this video is like my GPS is like the universe, how it works. The GPS guides me. I wanted to go to this place out in Schenectady to take a hike because I was going to a store, and I safely got to the store, and then I had to go to the bathroom so bad, but when I get to the store, they're closed on Monday. So all this stuff that I went through just to get to that store, it was closed. So I thank the Archangel Michael so much because he protected me. I went off the wrong road 3 times to get there and to the park after that because I was going to take a hike. Like I'm always telling you, go take a hike. Well, Starlight was going to take a hike. And, where it is amazing how Archangel Michael protected me, where there was a time that I couldn't see what was coming out of this. I fully stopped, and I was like looking both ways, and there was so many cars on the side of the road lined up that you couldn't see if a car was coming through or not. And I pulled out, and we both stopped, because it's like, but that GPS is so much. If you want a good GPS app, I will have to tell you is I found out about this years ago from a taxi driver because I didn't have a car at the time, and it's called Waze, W-A-Z-E. You ought to really check that app out. And this app here, I love it. I've had it ever since the taxi. I told that because somebody stole my GPS when I got in a car accident, and they stole it out of my car after it was they put it into an auction, brand new lease car. And so anyway, I didn't have a GPS, so I was using my phone, which I didn't like because I couldn't hear the volume very well. The volume wasn't so good. So anyway, a taxi driver gave me a ride, and he had a phone and he had it hooked up, and I'm like, and I was so thrilled that like this GPS actually it is so funny when I drove to New York City. And this is how the universe works with the numbers and the dreams. I am not kidding you. This is so weird because it will, like your dreams will kind of let you know if, like if there's a negative energy out there. Like I get, numbers or dreams where the universe will say, hey, soon you're, like I am abundant and I am rich and a millionaire. But, the universe will give me numbers, will let me know that, hey, it's coming. Hold on. Trust the universe. It's coming. It's on its way. And it's here already. It is here. So anyway, where, like you'll get information like that from the universe, or, sometime, the reason why I mention that is I got messages also that said, now, when you get that money, when the universe blesses you with that money, be, cautious of, like the universe wants me to bless other people with the money that the universe gives me. The more that the universe gives me, I got to bless other people with that. People that are either inspiring me every day, or people that are without, or whoever, my family, or whoever's in need, that I need to let that money, it's not really mine. The universe is so great, and the God is so great, like awesome, is that, like he'll give you that money, but you got to work hard to get that money. It doesn't just come on your, like you got to work for it, so those numbers will let you know that, hey, it's coming, just trust the universe, stay positive, stay in the now, it's on its way, it's here, and, but be careful, because there's going to be some of them out there. Some people are going to be out there. They're going to try to get your money. They're going to try to lie to you and, deceive you and try to get your money. So, like the GPS that I have, it's funny. When I went to New York City, I was learning about, because I really think it's awesome with this GPS app. It's free, absolutely free. Those are the best things in life, is free. It's a free app, and it actually told me several times, and it doesn't always do this though, so it is kind of weird. I don't know how I was talking to somebody years ago about how does this know, Well, partly I believe what the person said, and the other part, I believe we're kind of both right. It's one of those things that have you ever argued to somebody about something? Not really argue, but you're discussing where you're like, say for instance that you believe that the girls should go and ask the guys out, but you're like, well, really, I believe that the guys and the girls should ask each other out. It shouldn't just be one-sided. It shouldn't just be the girls. It should be both. Well, you're both right, because it doesn't really matter who asks as long as somebody's out there asking. If you're afraid to ask somebody out, it doesn't matter if you're a girl or a guy, just ask. So you could actually be both right. That not that we're both wrong, so it's not like you want to have an argument over something that really, and it comes down to it, you're both right. The guys and the girls, if a girl likes a guy, hey, ask him out. If a guy likes a girl and she's not even aware of it, ask her out. Don't let fear stop you, whether you're a guy or a girl. So anyway, the thing that we were discussing is, how does this app that I have for free, it will let you know when there's a cop down the road. Hey, thank you. As I'm driving, looking at the speed limit, like, okay, there's an officer up there. Starlight doesn't really speed, but sometimes she doesn't know where she's going, and I'm like, universe, like, how fast am I? Sometimes the GPS will actually let you know what the speed limit sign is, and sometimes it doesn't. It will have it on your phone where you're looking at where to go, and so I'll be driving because I don't know where I am. So it's like, should I be going 60, 50? And you can't really go along with what everybody else is doing, because if everybody else is speeding, then you're going to be the one getting the ticket. So it is really interesting with the GPS, and this is how the universe works. It is so awesome, because it's like you're blind. I wish I had a pair. I do have them, but I'm not going to go grab them. Like you have your eyes covered, and you're like, all right, the GPS says, all right, at 100 feet, you're going to take a right-hand turn. Oh, okay, at 100 feet, I got to take a right-hand turn. You don't really know what the universe is going to do and when the universe is going to do it, what the universe is going to tell you from one day to the next or 1 minute to the next. Like you're like blind. Like, and that's how the GPS, we're trusting in the GPS to get us from point A to point B, and that's what the universe is. So you got to trust the universe and the angels, that the angels are going to get you. You want to get here, you got a desire in your life, like, hey, I desire to get married. Out of anything, I desire to get married. So, okay, well, if you desire to get married, well, you got to listen to what the universe and the angels says. You got to work on yourself all the time. You got to be, in the now. Like you've got to let go of the past and the things that don't serve you anymore, and the people that don't serve you anymore. You got to, not only spend time with yourself, but you do have to reach out to be there with your family and your loved ones, and get out in the community, be a help. So the universe is guiding you all the time. Is that it's a lot of times we're not even noticing all these numbers that are repeating. So the universe does. The universe uses these numbers or your dreams. Repeated numbers, or in your dreams where it's not repeated. It's something harder to find out there out in the world. Like that number 36. That would have been a hard number for me to see, as I'm driving all over, to see 36 repeat itself. Where 1111 or 1010 or 333 and all that, it's easy to, or doubles, like 22, 55, 33, those are easy to kind of see, but like 36, that's a different number, like to spot 36 everywhere. So with my GPS, the argument, not an argument, but we were discussing, how does my GPS know that there's a cop down the road? So I was thinking, well, maybe it's because that police officer has Waze app on his device. And so he uses the same app. So then my Waze app recognizes that, hey, there's a person, but he's a police officer that has the same app, and that's how it actually detects, that they're right up there. I don't know. That's my guess. So as I'm driving, these are the things that my app will tell me. It will tell me, and it doesn't always work though. Like it doesn't always tell you that there's a police officer. That's why I question. So the other person I was talking to, they said, oh, it's because somebody actually typed in on their phone to let you know that there's a police officer. Well, you're not really supposed to text while you're, it's not like they're going to pull over and let the apps, like, where do you do that? Like, how do you, there's got to be a spot where you can let the app know stuff, because how did the app know that there's a dead animal in the road, because that dead animal does not have a GPS app on his cell phone. So, then I would believe that somebody maybe pulled over and let that GPS app know that, hey, be careful, there's a dead animal in the road. Or here's another one that my GPS will let you know, but not always, see? And it's not like this had a GPS, of an app on it either. There's an object in the road to be cautious because somebody was thoughtful enough where they had to pull over, and however they do it, I don't know how to do that yet, is to let the GPS know, the app know that there's an object in the road. So then when you're driving through, but it doesn't always happen. There's times I see something in the road and I'm like, GPS, you didn't let me know that there's an object in the road or that there was a police officer right there as I was slowing down. Just kidding about that part. Once you get a ticket of $200 fine, which I on speeding, you don't want to do that again. So anyway, I know this is getting long. So yeah, it is really awesome. And like when I went to I just went there the other day on Saturday to go to New York City. It rained all day long, as I was heading up, and all the way, I was hoping that it wasn't gonna. I was hoping that it was gonna light up, but it didn't lighten up. It just stayed that way the whole day, and I couldn't complain. I was thinking about just going there, and doing it, just get there and then just, it's a rainy day. I guess I'll head back home. But you know what? Starlight did good. I got to give myself a pat on the back because Starlight's not a girl to spend money, but what Starlight did is she's changing her ways of thinking, is that she, for the first time, I never would have ever done this in my life, is I paid for a ferry to get on it, and so I could go on the water even though it was raining out. And I had my umbrella though, and I went on that ferry and I got to see that Statue of Liberty, boom, right there, and I was able to get back off that ferry and find my car after. So that was huge for Starlight. So anyway, the other things that that GPS will let you know about, which I thought, it never told me about this one before, is as I was driving on my way back home, like I said, it just rained the whole entire time, is, so I was heading back home, and it's like, I didn't know what it said, though. I was like, what did it say? It's like, because I always have, like, music, in the background. I love listening to the, like, really nice music, like nature music or something like that in my car as I'm driving, and I thought it said there's a bob in the road. Like, so I'm driving, I'm like, there's a what in the road? And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll find out what it is. And then I realized what it was, because rhyming words, it's so funny, things that sound the same. Starlight can get in a lot of trouble with the rhyming words, is there was fog in the road, and it will actually ask you on the GPS, is it still there? And so you can either do yes or no, on the app, like the cop, is he still there? Or like it will let you know that there's a vehicle. Be careful, there's a vehicle, like on the side of the road, because who knows what's going on. They might be having car troubles or whatever, so it will remind you. So it's like, hey, that's good, because I always like to pull on the other side, get away, because, like, it's amazing that I see this, but people will. they don't even look. I've seen it many times on the thruway going like 70, going down the road, and seeing somebody pulled over on the side of the road, maybe having car trouble or whatever. And they open up the door, not even look. Not even look. Not even look. They just opened up the door, walk out, and I'm like, I'm glad I went over in that lane because, like the timing of me going by, they're just opening up the door. That's why I love when I see police officers when they pull somebody over. They're not, not all officers do this, but, sometimes I see officers in the road pulling them over, where they're right where the traffic is, and then the wise ones are on the side of the grass area, looking at, they, of course, they got to look through the passenger window to see the person that is driving, the whatever problem they're having, so I love when the officers are doing the right thing, that they're in the grass area where they're safe, because there has been police officers that have gotten killed, like on the thruway, or other people that have gotten killed on the thruway because, like maybe their person's not paying attention, and, so I do not like to drive right, if I can. Sometimes you can't actually pull over because, if somebody's coming on your left-hand side or whatever, that you can't. But anyway, so I'm trying to think of the other things. The other thing that my GPS will let me know is when there's a red light camera, where it will, if you go through that red light, it will take your picture, and I can't remember. So objects, fog, I never even heard of that one before. But so when I was driving home, I'm like, what a great video, because that's exactly how the universe works. The universe wants to protect you from things like that, like, or here's a good one too that it told me, and I never heard it before, is that there's a speed trap ahead of you. It's like, oh, okay, then how fast is Starlight going? So yeah, it will let me know that there's a speed trap ahead. I'm like, thanks, universe, thank you, GPS, because Starlight, likes to hang on her money, I don't want to really give it to the police officers if I don't have to, I think we all know how that is. So anyway, I am so sorry for this being so long, but yeah. So that, wait a minute, I'm not quite finished. I have to finish. This was the whole reason why I had this video, so I do have to go longer. So I'm sorry. I apologize for that. The whole reason why I made this video is to let you know if you were not thinking properly, like maybe you were thinking about the past, of it happening to you, or, like bad negative vibes that happened in the past, whether it was you or somebody else. If you were thinking like that, or if you were focusing on fearing how the heck are you going to make it through this year, like maybe you don't have maybe, your money is not coming in right now, and, you might be in between jobs, and you might be wondering, how the heck is this going to happen, and you might be fearing of the future of, your family, or, income, like, where you're going to move, if you got to do this and that, if you're fearing that kind of stuff and negative energy, and you're not in the now, the present moment, right here and now, or if you're having negative thoughts about yourself or others, thinking negativity, or all kinds of stuff with negativity, or maybe you do the wrong thing, then what's going to happen is that you're going to get those kind of numbers, So, just like dreams, same thing. If you had a really shitty day, and you did the wrong thing, you said the wrong thing, or, all kinds of stuff, negative, then when you go to sleep, maybe you reacted the wrong way to somebody. Maybe, somebody cut you off, and you're, you just like totally lost your cool, and then it ruined your rest of your day, and then you go to sleep, and then you have a dream, and you're like, you looked it up, you found out what it meant, and it gave you a bad reading, you're like, now what, and then you might think that it's the end of the world, but it's not the end of the world, is what I'm learning. It is not the end of the world. Even, like, today was a great day for me. I really did the best that I could do today. Today I did really good, even though I got information from the universe, because I'm asking, universe, I need guidance, please, I need help. Angels, Starlight needs help. I really do. I need guidance. I need to know what I need to do next. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, can you show me? I'm asking for help. And then when I do that, it's all not my way of when I'm going to receive that help. It could be somebody that you're having issues with. They might actually say something to you one day, and it might like, oh, hit you really hard. You're like, oh, that hurt. And you might get upset with them, but then later on you think about it, I'm like, huh, they were right though. Even though it came from a person that you might kind of, maybe they got issues with you, but it doesn't even matter where it comes from. The universe will use whoever. And it actually will help you to get your heart right with that person, or not to let them affect you the way it does. So the universe uses so many people, or it could, the universe, like it does with me, is it could use a very special friend in your life that, sees things in you that you don't even see, or maybe you're not sure of, maybe you're unclear. So when I ask for clarity, expect that the universe is going to give you some clarity, and you might get upset at first with yourself, you know, or, like sometimes this happens, some people get upset with the messenger, they're like, you're hurting my feelings. But you know what? They're not really hurting your feelings, they're helping you out. And that's the whole of, that's important. And that's what I learned till today is that, I have a very special friend that is helping me out. It's not trying to hurt me, it's trying to help me, and the universe is trying to help me by using people like him. Like, or using people out in the, it could be a stranger out in the street somewhere, anybody, somebody could say something and it might hit you in a hard spot, but then, if you're really truthful to yourself and honest to yourself and realizing, what, that's exactly what I needed today. I needed that. Like I was questioning if that was a good thing or a positive thing or a negative thing, and then, hey, I got my answer. So thank you, universe. Thank you, special friend. Thank you, archangel. Angels, like I do. I thank all of them. I even thank the angels that I'm not even aware of that help me out, or my guardian angels, or my team spirits and my animal, like thank you all for all the help, because I'm always asking, please help Starlight out. I need help. I really do. And always be grateful and thankful for those who help you. Say, hey, thank you, friend. Thank you for clearing my mind and helping me to see my flaws. I need to see my flaws. That way I can correct them. And that will be like a way of unblocking things that are closed in my life that, I was asking for help in that area. I needed help. So when the universe helps you, like you gotta really, when you get those numbers and it doesn't go your way and you go, oh man, I got more work. Yes, you do. Yeah, you got a lot more work to do on yourself. It's not going to end. That's what I'm learning. You're like, oh, yeah, I'm doing good today. Well, tomorrow's another day. It's layers of this stuff, layers that you got to work on. So I'm learning so much. I'm learning about letting go to the past, not fearing about the future, not fearing, I'm learning about, like, letting go of stuff, like, not to have drama in my life. Starlight's got to learn, like I got a lot of lessons to learn, so I do. I love the universe and the angels for helping me out. And the way you can change that all around is work on yourself. Get those messages. I listen to, I don't know how many videos. When I look up a number, when I, like today, 777, not 777, but 77 was popping up. Like I got numbers all over today. I wrote them all down, but 77 was one of them. Just plain 7, So I got to look those numbers up, find out what the universe is. Sometimes, it's awesome when it works like this, right? Is when you get numbers and you're like, hey, the universe is patting me on the back and saying, you're doing great. You're on the right track. Like, keep going, and I don't have them right now, but I did buy something in pom-poms. Starlight's so cheap, she has a hard time going to the dollar store or something to buy something like pom-poms. So, anyway, I do love all of you. So you can change it all around, is that you got to work on yourself. When you work on those numbers and, get the information. Don't, like, be so quick to find out what you need and don't work on the problem, the lesson that you got to work on. You got to take time, look up those numbers. It's going to save you a lot of headaches down the road. And yes, sometimes, you know, the universe or the angels or somebody is going to give you information that you're not going to like, but it's to help you. You know, just like when we were kids and our parents like, don't do that. They're trying to keep you safe, you know, so you don't get hurt. Well, the same thing with the universe and the angels and your special friends out there. You know, the universe uses whoever, you know, like whenever, however, you know. And I pray for some things, and then later on I kick myself in the butt. I'm like, universe, I need help. I really do. I don't care how you do it, but can you help me in this area? You want to see some stuff happening? You know, like if you ask it that way, you'd be surprised how the universe, you know, like it's going to show you that, you know, like, oh, okay, Starlight's really serious. We're going to really give it to her, you know, like we're going to help her out because she wants help. And we know her heart. She does. She really needs some help from us. So we're going to give her exactly what she needs, but not exactly the way she thinks it's going to be. So when you work on yourself and you work on what the angels want you to work on, well, then the next day you're like, okay, today's a new day. I'm going to, you know, I did my meditation. I did my yoga. You know, I'm going to get out in nature. You know, like I got to work on my job that I have, you know, like not a job, but it's a pleasure, really. It's a pleasure doing what I'm doing for YouTube, being a YouTuber. I love it. I love creating all of it. I love learning about it, you know, and I got so much to say. I'm going to end there. So you could, the next day, you just have to, you know what, I'm not going to repeat the same things I did yesterday. You know, hey, yesterday just, you know, like a bad day. You know, wipe it off. You know, dust it off your, you know, like whatever. Get rid of it. Today is a new day. Just remember, when you wake up the next day, yesterday was yesterday. Forget about it. You want to get in the present. You want to stay in the now. Don't fear about your bills. Don't forget, you know, don't fear about how you're going to pay your rent. You know, because the universe has got your back, and the universe wants you to trust the universe and the angels to guide you. So, you know, like, you're well taken care of. You just have to trust the universe that the universe got your back, you know, and all that will change the next day. You know, just don't repeat it. You know, don't repeat the same stuff all over again. And then you'll be surprised. You'll like, ooh, I got 11 today. I did it good. You know, like, today was good. You know, and then the next day, you know, like I got more work, I guess. You know, so it is like that. Highs and lows. You know, like it's just like sometimes you're like wee, you know. So you never know how your week is going to be or how you might. But don't beat yourself up. You know, really take it for somebody that has done that enough. You know, so I do love you a lot. I hope you get a lot of help, and I am so sorry for being so long, but it's so important. See, by listening to this video so long, you'll get the extra help, you know, that you need to help you on your spiritual journey, to help you to become your best version of yourself. You know, I'll tell you what, it will be worth it in the end. I know somebody that has worked on himself. I'm not envious of him at all. I am so grateful. I am so happy for him. He deserves everything he desires, you know, because he's been working on himself. You know, it is amazing. I love watching people grow. You know, so anyway, I want to see all of you grow, you know, like, and to work on yourself. So anyway, I do love all of you, and I hope you have a great night. You know, stay in that present, stay in the now, really serious. And anyway, I love all of you. This is Starlight, Love and Light. Oh, whoops. You can give this video a thumbs up. You can share it with a friend or family or a dog. And you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you can leave a message down below like that really sweet person that did this recently. Thank you. Thank you. Starlight loves receiving messages. And also, you can get in touch with me at Instagram at 1995 Starlight or on Facebook at Kathy with a K, Digman Starlight. Now I can do this. This is Starlight. Love and light. Peace.